We're in.
We're in. We're on. We're live.
Oh,
Nutter just drank his E3. He's ready to rock. Hope you guys took your E3 today. I took mine this morning before my mountain bike ride, mixed with my usual concoction of E3, creatine plus HMB, and our Super Reds. Gives me maximum power. And I also, Dr. Ryan, I've been using the NAD strips.
oof.
Probably shouldn't talk about them too much since we're sold out.
Exactly.
But we'll talk about that later on the call. But man, those things are powerful as well. I also been using, and I haven't stopped using them. I use the energy patches a lot, and I've been crushing those. Put one on this morning on my hip. Crushed my mountain bike ride. Had an awesome day. Beautiful weather here in Florida. Welcome aboard to everyone who joined Livegood this week. Congratulations. Welcome to the call for everyone who is on the call today and watching this call recorded as well. You guys are awesome. Today is Friday, February 27th, 2026, already 2 months down. And it was the biggest day of the year so far in terms of new member signups yesterday. Biggest day
Yes.
of the year. I'm only 2 months in, but biggest day in 60 days. Actually, biggest day in about 100-ish days since
Yeah,
going
baby.
back to November. But yeah, you guys are absolutely crushing it, continuing to spread the word, spread the love, spread the joy, help people not be able to unsee the amazing ways that we are just changing the world, helping people get healthy, stay healthy, do it in an affordable way, generate some additional income in their spare time from home, and be part of something that is absolutely just life changing, world changing, and multiple industry changing, and continuing to absolutely crush it. So I'm going to bring on Lisa first. I know she's got to head out of here real quick, so definitely don't want to miss her powerful information and thoughts for the day. And usually her ideas and what she says kind of kick off the ideas or the what's the theme, I guess you could
There you
say,
go.
for the rest of the call. I don't have a lot planned today, just some normal announcements and updates. We've got the rank advancements and just, super excited to share with you what's going on. I know Dr. Ryan's got some powerful stuff, but we're going to bring on Lisa and Naughter first. They've got to head out of here quickly. So with that, Director of Product Education, Lisa Goodkin, good morning.
Hello, everyone. Yes, so I'm at my daughter's volleyball tournament. The funny thing, you're talking about the patches. And I always recommend, if you're under 18, discuss with your pediatrician, but the team uses our energy patches. So they're all
Love it.
sporting them while they're playing. Yes, I just always make sure they all take them off quickly, like once it's all done, because it can last the 8 hours. But it's awesome. They all play great and they love it. And of course, I had my E3 today because I snuck in a
Hmm.
workout prior to the tournament, which is my one of my absolute favorite supplements because you actually feel it immediately. It's so good. Um, but just my teaching for today, I just want to, we always say, lead by example. But if you think about it, guys, people like stories. Like, think about what moves you and what motivates you to actually do something or buy something or research something, whatever it is. You get moved by people's stories and experiences. So that does require you to lead by example. That requires you, yes, to purchase the product, take them, and discuss with people how you feel. Whether you want to just dive into one product. So maybe you're like, we're talking about E3. And we're like, you know what? I'm going to start taking E3 to get my morning started, or before my workouts, or before I have to sit at the desk and tackle, my emails, whatever it is. You will see how you feel. It's going to be amazing. And then you talk about it. You talk about it, your experiences. What I do encourage you to obviously take more. And this is not being salesy, but you have to understand what I want you to do is this is all about health and wellness. I want you to overall feel amazing, not just by taking, an energizing, supplement. It's always a great start. Our foundational 5 pack. It's so wonderful. It's going to tackle the basics, right? Basics are very important. They cannot be neglected. We do make a little bit of, if you want to call them, a little bit of fancier stuff. When you're talking about black seed oil, stuff like that, you always still need your foundation. You need the basic. But lead by example, share your story, talk to people. We talked maybe a couple weeks ago about how healthy it is to be social. This helps that too. So you're just doing so many things at once. So Tell people your story, share it online. Don't be pushy. Think about again how you feel. If someone comes to your door and they're like trying to sell something and you're almost closing the door in their face. Like, I mean, I do that, I'm like, sorry, no, thank you. No, thank you. Nobody wants to be pushed by sales. And how I always talk about how the business and the product side, they always will convert over to the other because it doesn't make sense not to. So you're leading by example because the products, you're talking about how well you feel. Then slowly the person gets introduced to the membership, and then, oh, the one-time affiliate fee, $40. Why wouldn't I, right? So whether you want to pursue the business side strong or whether you just want to get the overflow and just kind of tap in and casually talk about it, it doesn't matter. I've talked about my older brother before, how I just convinced him to, at the beginning, become an affiliate. And he just randomly noticed that there was $800 sitting in his account. He's like, I barely even did anything. And then my younger brother, he's just little by little just starts talking about it. He works at a restaurant. Just randomly, he's texting me, oh, these people are just signing up under me. It doesn't have to be much, but it's a social thing. So be social, lead by example, share your story. You guys are doing amazing. I can't wait to hear. I guess Ryan will have to report back to me about the product sales, but yeah, reach out to me, ask questions. We have our Monday training. Don't forget to tune in. And I did get a request over email for like maybe a 10-minute, if that, like spiel about the product side and the why on the product side. And I think that's a wonderful thing. So Dr. Ryan will get on that because that'll be a great resource for you guys to share, especially if your goal is leading with the products, right? So, but keep doing what you're doing because it's all working. Back to you, Ben.
Awesome. Love it. And that is so true. And sometimes you just have to hear something and it like makes a lot of sense, even though you already knew it. Like we always talked to, man, from 20 years ago, people would tell us facts tell, stories sell. Facts. So you could tell people, hey, we're the fastest growing company in the history of the supplement space. We've got over 2 million members. And that's cool, but that isn't even nearly as powerful as hearing. I just got an email today from someone talking about how she lost 18 pounds on our lean in the last 60 days. That's a story. That's what gets people excited. That's what sells product. That's what motivates people to want to do something. The fact that 2 million people, hey, that's awesome. That's kind of just validation and proof that we're awesome. But when you hear someone, hey, I lost 18 pounds on this product in 60 days. That's a story, and that works. And quite honestly, Lisa, I'm glad you said that because sometimes I need something to tweak. And all my videos lately have been about the company, about what we're doing, about the transparency, and they've been facts. They've just been telling. They haven't really been stories about how people are getting results. So I'm going to knock out some videos today talking about different stories. And if you need people's stories, look on our and the reviews on every single one of our products. There's a bunch of reviews. I got to go through them and approve a lot of more that aren't even showing on there yet, but those are up there. So awesome stuff, Lisa. And yes, product sales continue to grow. In fact, I think, no, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, the 25th, because we still have a ton of subscribe and save orders going through on the 25th. That might have been our biggest day ever in terms of product orders. It was absolutely crazy. And our awesome team was working hard all day yesterday to get most of them out. I think they got to finish up today, but they will be all caught up today. It's very rare that your product isn't shipped the very next day. I was just biggest day ever, not necessarily out of nowhere. We had a bigger crew, but we're sending out thousands and thousands of products every single day. It's it's exciting, and we got to stay on top of it. Our warehouse team, packing team, shipping team does, we talk about them a lot, give them a lot of credit because they absolutely deserve it. They are on top of it. They crush it for you guys every single day. And it's interesting, like a lot of you guys might not even know this. We pack orders every single day of the week, almost every single day of the year. We even pack on Thanksgiving. I don't think we pack on Christmas. We pack on New Year's for sure. Christmas might be the only day off. And the reason is because with thousands of orders a day, like each individual person can only pack a maximum of about 240 a day, and that's pushing it. So we like to give them about 200 to 220 orders a day, and we've got 10, 15 people in there packing orders every single day. And we get behind one day, then we need 30 people in there to catch up the next day. So we don't want to fall behind, and these guys are on top of it. So that's why we do everything we can to make sure you guys get your products quickly, efficiently, correctly, and and keep it rocking. And when you're the fastest growing supplement brand in the world, you got to make things happen. And that's exactly what we do every single day. Keep it awesome, keep it healthy, keep it lean, keep it working, and keep crushing it for everyone. So Nader Kazan, Director of Field Development. I know you got to bail here in a few minutes as well. We'll bring you on. Say good morning. How you doing? What you got happening?
Hey, good morning, young man. How are you, sir?
Awesome, dude. How are you?
I'm blessed. Hey, dude, that was awesome, Lisa. I mean, talk about going back to the basics. I remember there was a famous football player, Vince Lombardi, I think, that every year he would stand in front of these amazing NFL, and I don't mean no friends left like the old networkers. I'm talking about National Football League. And he would tell gentlemen, this is a football. And yes, Lisa hit the nail on the head. And I saw it, kind of Ben's eyes twinkling up a little bit, because you're absolutely right. If we're storytellers, just like preachers, they're storytellers. You want to share the story of Livegood, but it all starts with you, ladies and gentlemen. I love that, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you, and good luck to your daughter. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're just storytellers, and we start our Thursday Zooms as a story that how Ben and I met, I don't know, 30 years ago, 25 years ago in the network marketing, and how, we're blessed beyond measure, and how he left the industry, and how, 2 million pioneers grabbing these tigers by the tail and blessing one another. That's a story. We share stories, and Ben is absolutely right. Stories sells and facts, stories sell and facts tell, but we do want to know the facts. So I want to thank you, Lisa, for that. And Ben, again and again, brother, I want to thank you for coming back to the world of supplementation and a home-based business. I want to just truly appreciate you, because I know for a fact, been around the block for over 35 years myself, working with a lot of owners and corporate executives. Nobody would have pulled this off. You've been running sufficient companies for over a decade and a half before it was a thing. You've been running so-called green companies, having people work from home to keep the costs down, keep the employees happy, and you're very good at keeping your employees happy before it was a thing. So thank you for bringing that God-given knowledge back to a very, very, very thirsty industry called the supplementation and the home-based business. So I want to thank all of you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about some facts that are helping us this story. I did some numbers really quick before we started the Zoom today. Let's look at the numbers. Over 57% between 57.6 to 74% of the people in USA are already taking some kind of a supplementation. Probably like this one that doesn't tell you what's in it. They don't show you the testing. Even if you ask them, they try to dance around it. But between 57.6 to 74% of the people are already taking this. This world is 7 billion people. Let's just talk about USA. USA has about 350 million people. Let's just land this in the middle. Say 60%. 60% of the 350 million people is roughly 200 million plus people that are already buying supplements. So you don't have to go out there and tell them a story about why they need to buy supplements. They're already buying supplements. They're just overpaying for stuff that doesn't even tell them what's in it. Ben shared something last night about some products out there that they don't do testing, that they can't even catch some nasty viruses or whatever it's called, that they go out there and share your market. So these are facts. These facts are going to help you build your story, help you hold your chin up. Yes, you went to your doctor probably. The doctor looked at your blood work. The doctor is blown away because you've been taking some of our products, telling you whatever you're doing, don't change it. I get that. But you want to share this story like Lisa said. So let's see what's happening in the world. The world is already, 60% of the people are already spending, and roughly, here's the numbers. This is going to blow you away. You're going to love this because you just talked about this, brother. On average, they're spending, first of all, it's a $60 billion industry, but on average, they're spending about $50 to $100, just like Ben said the other night. Just like Ben said on the Zoom, that's the average. 70% of the people, up to 74% of the people in the country are already spending $100 on supplementation. But guess what? For $100, they probably get one of these greens that costs $5 to make and probably sell it for 70. and a $14 bottle of a CBD oil that costs $14 to make, and they sell it for $60, and there goes your $120 budget. See, it's all about putting the whole industry together, ladies and gentlemen. That is why we're one of the fastest growing companies in the industry, because people are proud. As storytellers, like Lisa said, will never tell a story proudly about something that they didn't believe in. They wouldn't. Look at the preachers. They believe in what they believe in. Look at the mullahs. Look at the rabbis. They believe in what they believe in. That's why they share the story. That's Livegood. But you need to become a part of that story yourself. And nothing is easier than start your health journey than getting on supplementation. I mean, Ben and I talk about how 11 years ago, I looked at my notes, by the way, brother. 11 years ago, Ben and I were start talking about, hey, why can't just somebody start a Costco model and bring the higher quality products to people, but make the money off the membership like Costco does? This was 11 years ago. This is me and my Costco card, okay, right here. Okay, I don't go gym. I don't have time. I don't do the things Ben does. I don't go to cross. I'm not saying there's a bad or cross talk, walk, whatever it is. I just start taking these products. And what it does, it gives you the energy. So I start doing more. When I'm at the mall, when there's stairs, and there's an elevator, I want to take the stairs now because I have so much energy. So the world can start supplement their health journey with supplementation the easiest way. But like Lisa said, it's all about telling the story. Let the facts be in your heart, and it all starts with you becoming the product of the product. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a world that everybody now recognizes they need to get supplementation. And after what happened to the lockdown, people buying habits shifted. Nobody's going to go back to pay $70, $60 for a green that doesn't even tell you what's in it, when they can get the highest quality products with full recipe in the back, complete transparency, 100% money back guarantee for a third of the price. You know why? Because of the stories that 2 million people are sharing. You know why the ranks you're going to hear right now? When you hear hundreds and hundreds of people a week proudly sharing the love of Livegood with their friends, telling a story, that's what got us to 2 million people in record-breaking time. And Ben shared it with you. It took Amazon, which has 220 million Prime members now, it took Amazon 2 years and hundreds of millions of dollars of investor money to basically bring in their first 1 million Prime members. Literally, they bought their first million Prime members. We didn't do any of that. We have such an amazing, of course, leadership. I'm here just to serve. We have such an amazing product line. We have a great story. The story is, hey, you can create expensive products, high-end products, and bring it to people close to cost, as long as you're not giving away pink Cadillacs, black Ferraris, fancy trips, rings and watches, or making the doctors richer. So yes, Lisa, thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, you're storytellers, but your story starts with you. Become the product of the product. Remember the statistics. Remember the perfect storm. Livegood is truly the perfect storm. These numbers don't lie. I mean, network marketing, look at this one. Network marketing been around for almost 100 years. It hit $200 billion. Guess what? In the next 5 years, based on what Google says, it's going to double. Why? I believe Livegood has a lot to do with that, because finally people don't have to hide behind leads, funnels, attraction marketing, overcoming objections to tell their friends that you can get the highest quality products at cost. That's the story. But the story would not be shared, would not be effective if it wasn't true. And that's where our transparency comes in. Remember the perfect storm. I truly believe, ladies and gentlemen, that because of Livegood, tens of millions of new people that would have never done the old network marketing will join network marketing, and Livegood will be their first and last. Because how could you go back to try to sell your friends a product that made for $60 when you can bring in the highest quality products at the lowest price? And I don't want to get into the compensation plan, because by far we're the highest per capita paid home-based business on the planet. We have more people making $50, $60, $70, $80, $100, $200, $300 a month with zero experience in the industry, with zero need for attraction marketing or overcoming objections or funnels and all that. Why? Because they're storytellers. Thank you, Lisa, for triggering that. You're absolutely right. Ladies and gentlemen, become the product of the product. Remember, you're right in front of the perfect storm. 2 million people is a huge number. I just told you. We broke every record, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. We are going to bless over 100 million people by 2030. And guess what? As we grow, more suppliers are going to come to us, higher quality products, services. You never know. Get everyone that you know to fill out the most comprehensive health assessment on the planet, ladies and gentlemen. That's the best tool for you. That's how you can start the story. I want to thank you, Ben, for coming back to Network Marketing. Lisa, good luck to your beautiful daughter. And Lisa, Ryan, thank you for bringing the greatest products on earth to the family of Livegood. Back to you, brother.
Awesome. You're welcome. And it's interesting because you're right, and we talk about this a lot, but not a lot of people could do what we've done, and I don't say that to brag or sound arrogant, but it's true. And that's why, if you look at what's going on in the network marketing industry, you look at what's going on in the supplement space, for 3 years, we've been the fastest growing company in both of those industries, like by far, like not even close. I don't think another company has put in 100,000 people, new customers, in those 3 years. Well, we've put in 2 million. And I mean, in 100,000, quite honestly, is very generous. And that'd be a very successful company if that were to have happened. Well, we put in 2 million. So the point is, when all of these companies, two entire industries, even 3 if you count skincare, even 4 if you count pet supplies, even 5 as we move into our household cleaner and household supply, like, we are dominating multiple different verticals, multiple different industries, and we'll continue to roll out more with our new overnight oats product that Dr. Ryan's got very close to rolling out. I mean, that kind of moves us into the food category and the meal replacement category. That's going to be a huge one as well. What I'm getting at is, when you see what's working, when you see one company absolutely dominating, the obvious question that you ask yourself as a business, I mean, any business, you've got to not just know what you're doing. And yes, you've got to stay focused. You've got to stay driven. You've got to stay in your lane and know what you're doing, and continue just driving, and in many cases, ignore the noise. But at the same time, if there is a competitor that is absolutely whooping your butt in every aspect of everything that they're doing, and I'm not saying that, it's true. And if we had competition that was doing, like, you look at your competition and you say, what are they doing? How are they beating us? What do we need to do to be able to compete with these guys? What do we need to do to be able to win in this space? These guys have put in 2 million members. We're sitting here putting in 2 or 3 new customers a day. Well, they're putting in 1,000. What do we need to do to get to where they're at? Like, that's what you ask yourself. If you're a business owner, if you're in business, if you're in network marketing, if you're in anything, and you say, how do I get there? What are they doing that we're not doing? What are they doing right that we might be doing wrong? What can we change on our side to be able to get closer to what they're doing and increase our volume? And the very, very shocking, quite honestly, thing is that in 3 years, dominating these industries, literally, and I don't want to say the word stealing, but taking all of their customers, 2 million people have moved from these other brands to Livegood for the highest quality products at the lowest prices with full transparency. Nobody else is doing that. You guys see what's working, other company owners, other company employees, other company people. You see what's working. This is what the consumer wants. They want quality. They want value. They want transparency. They don't want to be charged ridiculous prices for low quality products that you're not even telling them what's in it. And the point is, when you see that, when you see a company absolutely disrupting multiple industries and totally dominating the space, and you're not doing anything to try to compete, you're not changing what you're doing, you're not doing what they're doing, what's working, you're trying to stick with old ways that you see are clearly not working, where you're losing customers, and you're trying to hold on to that. Like, the fact that that's what's happening in all of these industries, Nader, really just speaks volumes for the fact that it's hard to do what we're doing. If it were easy, everyone else would be doing it. Mm-hmm. And that really, it's hard, because you're not making money with $3-4 margins with less than a couple 100,000 people buying products from you. Yep. It's just, you're losing money. And, that's how, fortunately, Nader and I and Dr. Ryan even, we had success before this company. We were able to invest. We were able to make sure we got to the point where the company was profitable, because it wasn't, and we knew it wasn't going to be profitable for at least for 6 months to the year. And it wasn't. And that's fine. Like, because we saw it growing, we knew where it was going. And most companies just don't have the resources I talked about this yesterday on the call. You know, I saw a new coffee company launch. They're doing like $1,400 founders packs to be able to fund the company, probably buy the product and pay for their corporate office, pay for their corporate employees. That's not what we did. We keep it very lean. Again, and so that's the thing, you know, we don't have competition. Just that line right there, we don't have competition. Nobody else can say that. We don't have competition. Nobody can compete with what we're doing. Nobody is competing with what we're doing because it's very challenging to run a company on the thin margins that we have. You can't make money, you know, making $2, $3, $4 on a product when you're used to making 20, 30, 40, 50, you know, making a product for $5 and selling it for 60 or 80 online. Like that's the margins that most companies need to be able to know how to operate. And so, yeah, you know, all of those things really, you know, something that a lot of us don't think about a lot, but the fact that everyone sees that we're crushing them and are doing absolutely nothing to try to compete or be more like us really shows that, I mean, quite honestly, they can't. If they could, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. You know, this is what's working. That's what's not. Why wouldn't you do what's working? And the reason is because it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. Not a lot of people can do it. So, you know, I appreciate you, Nader, for saying what you said, that, you know, not a lot of people can do what we're doing. But the fact is, it's true, and it's not just us saying that. It's, you know, really kind of proven by the fact that nobody is doing it when they see what's working and they see what's not working. So,
bravo,
yeah,
bravo,
right,
bravo. We're too big to fail now. We are way too big for. Let me interrupt you. I'm sorry. We're just so big now. People who thought we were gonna fail, bro. Remember the first few months? I mean, people were like, "There's no way these products could be that high quality and that such low price." It is, if you're not greedy, if you don't have to have triple your money, if you don't have to bring in investors to launch your company, if you don't have to scam people into $1,500, $1,800 founder fees. I mean, you and I know this, bro. We've sat with company owners, look at the way they think. Let's launch a founder pack so we get 1,000 people coming with a stock option so we can get in $1 million, and then we take that $1 million to bring in a couple of heavy hitters, give them 10 grand a month under the table. And then also, I mean, all those games. And brother, I'm telling you, for the first year and a half, Ben, people really, really thought this wasn't gonna work. But when I talk about a perfect storm, that's what happens when you are right at the curve of a perfect storm, the wave that's coming. Everything is lined up. The missing piece, I'm sorry, Ben, was you, bro. You know, I know some of the biggest manufacturers and the consultants in this industry as you do. There are some of them out there. There are companies out there who could do what you do. You did. 2 million followers following you. But you know what, brother? They really, really thought we aren't going to make it. Greed covered their eyes. Greed covered their eyes. So yes, we are too big to fail. I mean, I don't want to say fail. We're just too big now. We have literally becoming a household name. I truly believe, Ben, I truly believe by 2030, when people go to their doctors, the doctor is going to say, make sure you bring your last 3 Livegood orders. Why? Because finally, everyday people can tell the story. Thank you, Lisa. Because finally, everyday people can tell our story. How you came back, how Lisa and Ryan were creating the most advanced products on earth for their family. But because of you coming back, a guy that's run efficient companies, profitable companies on very tiny margins for over a decade, you put all that together. Humble me, allow me to come and serve. I love serving you all. I'm making me the product of the product. That's the story, ladies and gentlemen. But the story is useless if you're out there trying to market cassette tapes right now. The story is useless if you want to go out there and market 8-track. It's all about timing. The world is going to subscription. The world already spending $100 a month on junk supplements. Over 60% of the people, 74, Google said, 74% of the people are already buying supplements. What did Ben Galinsky do? He brought Lisa and Ryan, the most amazing, healthy people. I mean, you look at a healthy couple on a dictionary, you see the picture in front of it. You brought Ben himself, who's ran efficient company since I remember, and then me here to serve you. I did 16 Zooms yesterday, and I loved every one of them. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Lisa, for triggering in Ben and I the main thing, and that is we're storytellers. But again, stories don't mean anything if you want to go tell a story about a cassette tape or an 8-track. because it's all about timing. Future of Commerce is club membership. We're not here, Ben, to create people a new awareness. We're not telling them, hey, don't you have friends who want to travel? Don't you want to join a travel program for 500? No. Over 70% of the people are already buying supplements. Over 70% of the people are already spending up to $100. But what are we going to do? We're going to give them more for their $100. Thank you, brother. Back to you again.
Awesome. I agree with most of that. I don't think any company is too big to fail, and I never think that we're there. Like we're still working, we're still pushing, and we're still growing, but we haven't even started yet. So that's the exciting thing. But yes, and running efficient companies has been my thing. Has been my quite honestly something that I believe I'm better at than most people, most company owners, and that's why every one of my compensation plans that I've ever written or been involved in or owned has been focused on paying out a lot of money. Here we're paying out over 80% of the $9.95 a month that we're taking in. So we're as small as our margins are on the product side, they're even smaller on the membership side, and that all contributes to running an efficient company. But if you're spending all this money on a corporate office, or you're spending all this money on a bunch of corporate employees or staff, or just all these car bonuses, like all this crazy stuff, it means that you can't pay out as much in a compensation plan. And it also means that it makes it more challenging for people to be able to get your products, get them in your body, and have success with it. And that's why, all this stuff that we're saying is just, now at this point, it's not speculation. It's not just, us thinking it. It's, we see the numbers. Over the past 20 years, the average lifespan of someone in a network marketing company is 2.8 months. You're not going to build a long-term residual income when people are falling out the back door every 3 months. You're just rebuilding and rebuilding and rebuilding. Here, it's completely different. Once people see it, they can't unsee it. Again, nobody's going back to spending $60 for a low-quality greens product when they can get the best one on the planet for $19.95. That's what keeps people in. And it's not a scam. It's not a marketing ploy. It's what people want. It's true, honest value, highest quality, lowest price. Like, that is not going to get old. That's not going to get out of style. It's amazing that it took so long for someone to figure out that's what people want. And it's also amazing the fact that no one else has recognized that's what people want other than us somehow. Or just, again, they just don't know how to run an efficient company and work on $2, $3, $4 margins to make it work. So that alone, from a business perspective, for those of you, looking to make money in a network marketing company, when you have something when everyone else sees what's working, like the network marketing industry, it used to be every other week a new company was launching, and quite honestly, they were all the same. Maybe a slightly different product. You throw a compensation plan in it, you tweak it a little bit, say it's the most generous compensation plan you've ever seen, and the coolest product. They're just recycling the same stuff that's always been happening in the network marketing industry, because they build and they flop, and it goes down, like they peak and they're all a cycle. Here it's different, and it's really like I think the most exciting thing is helping people genuinely get healthy, stay healthy, do it in an affordable way. The second most exciting thing is knowing that like no one is even trying to compete. Like that makes me excited, because it tells me that, two reasons for that. Number one, they don't think they can hang with us, which is, it's true. At this point, you can't. We've got such a huge head start, guys, with almost 50 of the highest quality supplements on the planet at the lowest prices. To get to that point, you've seen our warehouses. We've got 3 warehouses absolutely loaded with product. We're probably going to have to get a 4th one here as we continue to grow and continue to roll out new products. And that's not an exaggeration. It's because of the growth that we're having, because people want these products, and because we have such a head start. So from a business perspective, that head start is, we're so far, it's going to be very difficult for someone to try to come out right now with 40 or 50 products and compete with what we're doing. And at the same time, just from the income or operations perspective, to be able to knowing how to run a company on small margins like that is challenging. So companies don't think they could do it, which gives you guys, everyone is looking for, I hear the word exclusivity all the time in the network market. We're the only ones that have this product, whatever. When you look at what's, right, Nader? I mean, it's, you hear that word. People try to differentiate themselves. That's kind of part of business, part of marketing. You want to be different than the competition. You want to be better than the competition. You want people to believe that you're great. We've got the documentation to back all that up. We're not just saying stuff. And nowadays, again, we talk about this a lot as well. There's so many ways to research it. You can't just say stuff anymore and people are just going to blindly believe it. That doesn't work. And I even tell you guys, don't even believe me. Don't believe Nader. Don't believe any of us. Do your own research. Do your own homework. Ask ChatGPT, ask Google, ask Grok, ask whatever. And see for yourself that this is the right way to do it. But where was I going with this, Nader? Forgot the point I was trying to make, but it really is exciting. It gives us a huge advantage. That's where I'm going. So, from a business perspective, you guys want something that's different. You want something that nobody else has. And that's where we are. Highest quality products, lowest prices. Literally, no other company on the planet has what we have, can compete with what we're doing. There is not a company that has the highest quality supplements that shows you that it's the highest quality supplement, not just with the certificates of analysis or third-party tests. You can use clean ingredients, but shows you what's actually in it. Like all these other companies, we talk about this as well. If companies had to show you the actual formulation, how many actually would? And I think it's a very small percentage. It's very scary. It's very easy to say there's spirulina in a product and just put a sprinkle in it to save money but to market it as though it has spirulina. But when you show that you've got 1,600 milligrams of the most nutrient-dense superfood on the planet, which is not a cheap ingredient, by the way, packed into this product, like that's full documentation, that's full transparency, and that is what people can't compete with. And so when we talk about, you want exclusivity, you want something that nobody else has. Nobody else has, number one, highest quality supplements, that they can actually show the documentation that they are highest quality. And when you couple that with the best price anywhere and the transparency to show it, like, again, that's the exclusivity. That's the no competition. And that's just another thing, just another of all of this stuff that sets us apart from any other company out there. So, all right, Nader, I know you got to take off as well. Thank you so much. Have an awesome weekend.
Sir.
See you later. All right, awesome. Nader's out. Dr. Ryan, just you and me.
And then there was two.
Awesome. All right, so let's, I'm going to turn it over to you, and then we'll talk about products, and we'll talk about ranks, and then we'll talk about some other fun stuff. So Dr. Ryan Goodkin, Director of Product Development, what do we got going on over there?
Hey, what's up, Ben? Hello, everybody. I'm sorry Nader jumped off, but I love what you were just saying, Ben, about competitive advantage. I was right there with you on the tip of your tongue when you're like, where was I? I was like, competitive advantage. It's so true, man. It's so true. And we get that feedback all the time, actually. So I think people are pretty well aware of it because they are looking for some of the things we talk about that's important in supplementation. They do ask these other brands. And when they get the answer no, Ben, or ghosted or nothing, they're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense now. True. And it checks, right? It checks out. It tracks, as they say. So, but I wish Nader was on because I feel like he answered a lot to what Lisa said about the why, why the supplementation thing. And we've gone over this a million times, so I'm not gonna beat it up right now, but there's just so many reasons why. But I'm going to go into one that you might not have heard me say before, because I just kind of want to highlight it. It's kind of relevant to what the FDA and the administration has said about using glyphosate as an herbicide in our food supply. They're going to keep it, and they're going to actually manufacture it in the United States, and they're going to try to emphasize that it's a national defense thing, so to give our farmers the advantage in the food supply. But our food supply has been over the decades now, when there was a food insecurity in our country, guys. There really was. And to fix that, they figured out mass production and monocrop agriculture, and they realized that they had to reduce the amount of different plants that were growing in that particular area to enhance the yield. So they were trying to come up with these genetically modified plants that, at the same time, that could tolerate the hostile environment of a strong herbicide like glyphosate, right? So they would use glyphosate to clear the area of most of the weeds and unwanted plants so that they could focus on the crop that they're looking for the yield from. And then that glyphosate would travel, right? It would be in the water supply. It goes into the aquifers. It would go all over the place. But by doing so, they focus on this monocrop. And over years, the nutrient profile has been reduced significantly. So when Lisa says like, hey, the food isn't what it used to be, I think you probably get a lot of eye rolls with that. But there are some studies that have shown that the food density, the nutrient density is exactly that, not what it used to be. It's certainly not as good as if you were just a little organic farm in your backyard even. So there's a lot of advantage to growing local and supporting local farmers. You know, I'm all for that because that's one thing. So the moral of the story is, guys, you're not getting the nutrients you need. Supplements are exactly that, a supplement to the diet. The diet is incredibly important. It is where you get your vitamins, your minerals, all of the different things that your body needs to carry out these important functions. So dietary is probably the number one. And there's all these other reasons, like Ben and I talk about exercise, which we promote, but depletes vitamins and minerals, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of whys. So I will dig into that. I need to do a video, Ben, on something like that too, because I think it's important. So product-wise, I just want to pull up a list here and shoot down some things here. There's a lot of stuff cooking right now. Obviously, the NAD being out of stock. Well, out of stock, I don't know, Ben, are we still limited on auto ship? I don't know where we stand with that right now.
So we specifically kept a good amount aside so that we can fill the subscription orders. So if you've got NAD on subscribe and save, you're still getting your NAD. We don't have enough right now. It just went crazy, and for very good reason. This product is amazing. So it's not available for new orders yet. So I'm excited to hear when we're going to have more.
Yeah, I'm going crazy on it too. It's kind of nuts, man, because the films are totally ready. The NAD's in-house. Everything's good. It's the foils, and they came from China, and China is on their Chinese New Year. So we got an air freight out, and that was supposed to have arrived last week, and there was still no tracking on it. So as of yesterday, I was still beating them up, like, guys, you know, and I told them, so our business model, I said, you understand the subscribe and save thing? We can't, like, that can't run out. We cannot run out. And so we're pushing really, really hard. I was supposed to get an answer last night. Still haven't even gotten an answer. It's 12:45 Eastern on where the foils are. And so that's the holdup right now. But as soon as they come in, it's a quick turn. I mean, I could make them right now, Ben, in white pouches unlabeled, but that would suck. Nobody wants that. We don't want that, right? So,
well, I mean, we're like probably 2.5-ish weeks
that's
from
what I figured.
running out of subscriptions.
Yeah, and that's what I figured. Not to mention that everybody's the buzz and wants it. And you know, it's funny. I've known NAD for so long. I actually used it subcutaneously and was toying with it different ways and settled on the film strip because I thought it was a great way to get NAD in the body without having to use the precursors or whatever. So we need this. We need it bad, and we're pushing really, really hard to get it as soon as possible, which I'm hoping is really any day by next week. So I'm going to push as soon as I get off this call today, again, on trying to find where the tracking is. It's always weird when it comes over with either air freight or even by freight on the ship. Sometimes you just can't get the tracking. And those are the delays I just don't anticipate. You know, I don't know that those things happen. And I was told we beat the Chinese New Year, but we'll see. I mean, I hope that's true. So besides that, guys, I'm sorry. I have a little bit of a tickle in my throat because I have this pouch, Ben, I want you to try. These are amazing, by the way. I cannot believe how I feel. It's actually incredible. These are those pouches, kind of like those like Zen pouch things that go in the mouth and the gum buccal cavity, they call it. I want to develop this product. It's amazing. So those are cool. I'm working those right now. The next product to release is the Parasite Cleanse. Parasite Cleanse has gotten, I want to say, Ben, thankfully, the supply issue on the Parasite Cleanses, we're so well stocked that when it launches, we will be really ready for that one because I know the demand is going to go through the absolute roof for Parasite Cleanse. That's coming here very soon. I think we probably have that at the end of next week or the week after.
Are we calling it Parasite Cleanse or did we change it?
No, we are because again, it's not making a claim, you know, so I think we're good where we are. I pushed back on that too. So I know we were, you know, 6-7 on that or whatever. So Parasite Cleanse will be next, but going beyond that is going to be those like Ben said, those overnight oats that are USDA certified organic, which I hope you guys understand how big of a deal that is. You know, when you get in the food category, it's kind of like protein, but it's you got to take it a little more serious. You know, you got to really, there's some things in there that you really need to check and double check. So those are looking great. I mean, the flavor profile is amazing. The nutrient profile is fantastic. I use it all the time. So I'm pumped for that because like you said, but it's another category. The food category is so important because everybody's on the go and wants something quick and healthy and nutritious. And that's going to check that box in every way possible. So super cool on that. Let me just run down a couple of quick things that I think are pretty cool. You know, I told you guys about the hydrogen tabs. It's molecular hydrogen, it's powerful antioxidant, but they were so fragile that they were just shattering into powder. And that's okay, but nobody wants to get a tablet and then it's all shattered. So it dissolves in water. I'm working on either a blister pack or doing it in a different way, something to do with the tablet that we can make it a little stronger. So I'm waiting on that next round. This will be like, man, this is like formula edit number 8 or something on these. These things are tricky. So that's pretty cool. We'll get that going. We've talked in the past about doing a bunch of stuff. I'm just going to run down some things here just so you kind of know where I'm at on this. I don't usually do this, but I'll throw it out there real quick. So we know that immunity is important for everybody. We recognize that our supplements together are a great immune support system, but maybe an immunity stick pack, something where you guys can take it on the go, get it right when you need it, when your body's feeling run down, maybe when you're feeling sick, and it's very powerful. We can look at stuff like high dose vitamin C and some other really powerful antioxidants that can boost the immune system. So that's pretty cool. I've looked at the beef liver stuff. I know Ben and I have been back and forth. We don't really know exactly like how it can fit in, but you know, it's so popular and people seem to really love it. We can get organic ancestral beef liver capsules made. So that's something that I've definitely been looking at. I have the coffee creamer now, I'd say done. It just needs Ben's approval. So Ben, I've got 2 things for you. I'll probably try to see you later today.
I'll come swing by today. I'm going to go to the warehouse and knock out some bits.
All right, I'll leave them
right
out.
After the
I don't think I'll be here, but yeah, coffee creamer is awesome. I want you to try that. Maybe have the house try it or whoever, but I think it's great. And then Ben, you pushed me forward on the cleaner. You want me to get the cleaner, so I let that go a little bit because I was frustrated with it because it just was the essential oil just was like evaporating out so fast. It was losing its like aroma, and I was like, well, I want the aroma. That's the whole point. But they are volatile, so I get there's a solution to that. So I just had to reconfigure it a little bit and make it a concentrate in a small bottle. So we're going to be good on that. That's actually pretty close to finished. And then hair, we've talked about things like even like supporting hair products for men and women in separate products. We talked about toothpaste using the hydroxyapatite. That is on the board. Definitely looking at that. I want to bring up a couple things I mentioned in the past, and I just want to let you know that they're still on the board. But we talked about stress and thyroid support beyond what we already have, which we already have amazing stuff for stress and thyroid. But I'm looking at something that would pair very nicely with the stress test thing that I told you about, that saliva test that can tell you your cortisol levels. And we can do it multiple times throughout the day to tell you the phase of your cortisol response. There's a lot we can do in this testing market. And that also got pushed a little bit to the side because they didn't think that they could properly configure the website to match what I was wanting so that the test results would populate properly and not be confusing. So that was the last holdup, but I actually think I was told there's a solution. So I just need to finish that piece. I like that because if I get it right the first time, then it opens the door to so many different testing protocols and things that we can do. It would be powerful. I think that would be so powerful to be able to bring more, like not just cortisol tests, but like a lot of things. You know, you can test for other things. You can do simple hormone panels and metabolic factors, and you can look at inflammatory markers and different cool things like all in the comfort of your home. Like, and that's what I like. I like that we're getting to that level now where information is becoming awesome and accessible, but also affordable. Because these things years ago would have never been considered affordable. They'd have been like so out of touch, right? But there's a movement and we're right ahead of it. And so it's kind of what we keep talking about. And let me tell you, it's not just the shift in buying habits that we talk about. It's not even just the shift in health. It's also the shift in companies developing new and cool things, getting into the market faster and differently. So that's pretty cool. And then I guess the last one that I wanted to throw out there was this MCT oil. You guys know what coconut oil, but MCT or a bone broth or maybe both of them. It would be a great way to do a fasting protocol. So we could all together do like groups and create like a metabolic reset. I think that's pretty powerful. A lot of engagement, but at the end of the day, it helps people jumpstart. Sort of like the way you talk about the GLP-1 meds for weight loss to jumpstart your lifestyle changes. I think that would be pretty cool because at the root of everything, it's a problem in our society as far as health goes. It's almost always points to overweight and obesity, almost every time. And if you could just do a nice metabolic reset to where you can then reset the brain a little bit. So remember like those dopamine and addictive centers in your brain, the food companies are purposely trying to make those fire. Like that's a lot of what they do, you know, with their processed foods, ultra processed foods. So if we can shift that a little bit and again, bigger community engagement, love that prospect. I think that's super powerful as well. So that isn't even all of it. That is just some of the things I want to talk about just shortly today. Not going to put my timestamp on those, but they're absolutely in the works, and I will be sure to make sure I see them through. And if unable to get them done, then I'll tell you. And then we'll make sure you guys are aware of it. So, but other than that, Ben, I think that's a pretty decent overview of the product side. I know the warehouse is absolutely kicking butt. Just a little bit, even doing what they did the other day, just to kind of they couldn't print, so it's crazy how dedicated that team is to making sure that you guys are getting your stuff in a timely manner. So I really appreciate them more than you know. So that's awesome. And Monday Zoom. That's it. Monday Zoom. So see us at noon Eastern on Monday, Lisa and I. Not sure the topic on Monday, but tell me, I absolutely love those calls because you guys are like real time with us, interacting with us, questions. And I usually only answer the ones that pertain to the topic because I don't want to go too off topic. So join us on Monday, noon Eastern. If you can't, please catch a recording and share it with friends and family as well. All right, guys, thank you so much. Ben, back to you.
Awesome. Love it. So what do you think time frame is on Parasite Cleanse?
I mean, it could be as early as next week. The capsules are ready. We just got, I think the label print was happening yesterday. So label print, encapsulate, bottle, ship, home, bring it home. So it'll be the end of next week or the week after.
Sweet. Love it. Give me one product that
Creatine.
is awesome.
Creatine, baby. Creatine.
Love it.
Look, it's not just for muscle. It's for brain, man. It's for brain. There it is. Tell us about it, Ben. You got it right there.
I love my creatine. I take it at least once a day. I take it every morning for sure. And then sometimes throughout the day, I might mix it in with my greens and collagen mix. Sometimes I'll put it in with I take collagen twice a day with my aminos and collagen, which I take at dinner time. Sometimes I'll throw in a scoop of creatine. I mean, not just muscle growth and support and it's a word after you work out. Recovery. Thank you. But also, the brain health, but also like the sleep. I mean, Lisa did that video, man, several months ago about how creatine, like enough creatine can literally replace losing sleep. So some nights when I don't sleep good, I take like an extra ginormous, like overloading scoop, just a heaping scoop. And just, it kind of makes me feel like I didn't lose sleep. It's really crazy. So, but that is an awesome product. I'm going to talk about Shilajit and CMOS. Dr. Ryan, I will say, and I don't want to take anything away from our vitality, but I feel like this actually gives me more than this as far as the just hormone support and just the whole libido stuff. And just, it is amazing. The hormone support, the trace minerals that we're not getting, the nervous system support. I mean, this is really noticeable. It is an amazing product. This one, I don't know if it's as noticeable. I know a lot of, like, you had amazing results. So maybe different people have different ones, but this one is definitely one of my favorites, and I absolutely love it. Black seed oil, by the way, has become one of my favorites as well.
When are you taking the black seed oil? I'm curious.
When? Yeah. I take it, I actually took it about an hour before the call. I actually take it with my Shilajit. I take it at the same time while I drink my greens and collagen drink.
Nice.
Is that a good time?
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. Sweet. Yeah, I saw your video the other day. It's in editing, talking about when to take your supplements and consistency and all that stuff. So we'll pop that up on the social medias here in a minute. But let's get into our rank advancements and then a couple other quick announcements. But you guys are absolutely crushing it. It is really exciting to see these numbers every single week. To see yesterday be the biggest day of the year so far, randomly February 26th, obviously a cutoff day. Thursdays are always our biggest. But and today, man, the last few days of the month are always big. Everyone's trying to, get their rank and all that stuff. But so make sure you've got your rank, make sure you've got your membership paid, and you are good to go. But another big week of ranks. We had 772 new bronze ranked affiliates just this week alone. 772 people enrolled at least 2 new members this week, hit the rank of bronze, got into profit. That is duplication. 772 people achieve rank in a week. Like, again, I say this a lot, but we see most companies. I mean, we're still running software for a lot of companies. I don't want to bash any companies out there, but the average company out there is signing up like 3 to 5 people a day. And we're seeing 772 people rank advance in a week. That's over 110 every single day of the week when other companies are seeing like 3 people sign up. We've got 110 achieving rank. That is disruption. That is domination. That is no competition. And that's where we're going. Once people see it, they can't unsee it. And it is so easy to I don't even want to say the word sell, just to share high quality, low price. It doesn't get any easier. You don't have to convince people of anything. All the documentation is right there. Everyone knows they need supplements, or at least they're learning, or at least they know they should be taking supplements. And we've got the best ones at the best prices every day. So it just doesn't make sense to buy your supplements from anywhere else. And once people get that and they understand that, and you guys obviously do, that's where that retention comes from. That's where that growth continues to come. That's where that 20 million, 30 million, 50 million new members come from in the next few years, because it doesn't get any simpler than that. You know, why buy products anywhere else when you can get the highest quality at the lowest price at Livegood that you can't find anywhere else? So, and that's the other thing. Like a lot of companies, you can't find this Himalayan Shilajit and organic sea moss together in one place anywhere. You can't find our Factor 4, best anti-inflammatory product on the planet, anywhere. There is not a product in the world that has fish oil, curcumin, CoQ10, and garlic all in one place. There is not a collagen. I don't have one here because I just had to take it into the kitchen. I'm on my last bag. That has the 3 branded ingredients, the Velocitol, the Opre Flex, and the Polynol, in addition to the highest quality collagen peptides on the planet. Talk about hair, skin, nails, joints, like we talk about this a lot. We could build an entire company around so many of these products alone, and we have all of them, guys. Like, this is really something that has never happened before in the history of the network marketing industry. And it's an exciting time. Like, we're making history. This is a special company, a special opportunity, a special time, and something that really has been too long waiting for someone to come in and fix it, and we're doing it with all of you guys. All of us together are making it happen, and it really is cool. Like, it is cool to dominate. It's cool to win. It's cool to not have competition, and what's really cool is genuinely, honestly helping people get healthy, stay healthy, do it in an affordable way, not to make a bunch of money off of them, but genuinely to help them. And that's where we're going. And that's what creates that long-term residual income. When people are getting value, when they're not getting ripped off on a product that's $60 that they don't even know what's in it, just so their upline can make a few bucks here, it's different. And that's what keeps people in. That's what keeps all you guys, our checks going up every single month. It is really, really cool. So congratulations, 772 bronzes. We had 76 silvers, almost 11 silvers every single day. Build a team of at least 20 members in their organization. Silvers are making about $100 to $300 a month in Livegood, more than enough to cover your product purchases. And guys, and that is long-term true residual. Like, that money is going to continue coming in, and it's going to continue to grow. That's what duplication is. Most companies, you see 1 or 2% of people duplicating and having success. Here, over 30% of our affiliates are in profit every single week. Congratulations, 76 silvers, 17 new golds. What did we have last week? Last week we had 13 golds, 17 gold ranked affiliates this week alone, over 2 every single day. Building a team of at least 100 members in their organization, that is not an easy thing to do in most network marketing companies. Building a team of 100 members. We had 2 people doing it every single day this past week, 2.5, 17 new golds this week. Golds are making about $300 to $500 a month. We've got some golds making $1,000, $2,000, $2,500 a month with a more mature organization, which is a full-time income for a lot of people just at the gold level. So congratulations to our 17 new golds, 2 new platinums. I don't want to jinx it here, Dr. Ryan, but I don't think we've had a single week in 3 years where we didn't have at least 1, maybe at least 2 people hit the rank of platinum in a week. That's a big level. 500 members in your organization. Most companies aren't even putting in 500 people in a month. And we've got 2 people just this week building a team of over 500 members and achieving the rank of platinum Our platinums are averaging on the low end about $1,000 a month, and the high end $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month. Very significant level of rank and income and growth, and doesn't happen very easily in the network marketing industry. But when we've got, again, every single week for over 3 years, we've had new people advancing in rank to platinum. Most companies, I mean, to build a team of 500 people, again, most companies aren't putting in 500 people in a month, much less seeing one or two get to that level of rank. So congratulations, our 2 new platinums, no new diamonds this week. Congratulations to all of our rank advancing affiliates and everyone who had someone in their team rank advance. That's the duplication that, again, we've never seen before in the history of the industry. Pretty much all I got. I did want to talk about a few things, but so our TikTok and Facebook advertising is going very well. You guys are starting to submit some really good videos on that. Those of you who are participating, if you want more info, click on the resources tab in your back office. We've got a whole new website design coming out that's a lot more user-friendly, mainly, well, for everybody, both front-end and back-end members, customers, but more to ease the flow and eliminate the friction, as they call it, when people are ordering. So to make it really nice and clean and fresh and healthy and new, and just increase those conversions even more. Co-op, we could turn it on right now. I'm going to wait a few more weeks as we get more customers, but our advertising is working. We're figuring out a lot of stuff, specifically on methylene blue. We tested a little bit on NAD. We had to pull that back, obviously, because we're out. We got some super reds action going on. Actually, our CBD gummies are starting to move very well in that space. So, and we're going to continue cranking up everything. So that co-op, guys, you know, we talk about it sometimes, we don't talk about it a lot, but that's a powerful, powerful tool from so many different angles. Number one, it helps you build. I mean, that's the easiest one. But at the same time, from a business and marketing and building perspective, there are so many people in the network marketing industry who are not able to recruit for whatever reason. I don't want to give them excuses or accept excuses, but whatever. If you don't think you can recruit, that's okay. You can now participate in the co-op and basically buy customers, buy your organization, and see that duplication. Not everyone's going to be a member. Not everyone's going to be an affiliate. Some will. And again, all of that volume, whether it's customer, affiliate, member, is going to go into that matrix, fall into that organization, and benefit everyone. So you're going to benefit regardless. But if you want to build that team, and it gives you recruiting power, because most people can't recruit in the network marketing industry. And I say most people because you look at the statistics and 97% of people are not recruiting in their whatever company they're in. Here we got well over 30% of our affiliates recruiting every week. But that gives people an option. It gives people another way to build, another way to grow, and it just stimulates that duplication even more, and that growth and all of that activity, the matrix pay, the matching bonuses, the bonus pools, all of that. So I'm really excited. That's kind of been our focus, is really cranking that up, figuring it out, locking it down. And we've been working on it for a very, very long time, as you guys know, and it's getting really close. So we have a good, I don't want to say an abundance of customers ready to release into that co-op that we're kind of putting in a holding tank, for lack of a better word. The affiliates get to go in the matrix because we don't want to slow them down, but the rest of them are ready to go into your matrix whenever we put them there. So I want to build that up a little bit more, because last time, I mean, we sold, like, I don't remember what it was, 5,000, 10,000 customers in like 20 minutes. So want to make sure we have plenty that we can open it up for more than a day or two, and hopefully keep it going. And we're gonna get to that point, not only to keep it going, but also to get the cost down. My goal is to get a cost of a customer down under 20 bucks. I think we can do it. Highest quality products, lowest prices. And at the same time, this is, talk about competition, talk about competitive advantage. Great words, by the way, Dr. Ryan. When it's hard to compete because you're losing customers to another company like Livegood, we've put many companies out of business, for lack of a better word. And we've eliminated a lot of our competition, which only makes it easier for us and eliminates that friction and makes, more people, and the more stories, the more thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of members and customers that join and products that we sell, the more people learn about it, hear about it, and find out about it. That's why, and it's been so, I don't even want to say frustrating. It's been fun. Like I love challenges. I love competition. You guys all know that. And and I love to win. And you guys know that as well. And so we're going to keep pushing until we figure it out. But we've been steadily growing, steadily growing for the last, first we're like just dominate growing. And then this growth has slowed, but it's still steadily growing. And I truly believe like there's going to be, it's going to be so fast. It's going to be like a day or a week where all of a sudden, boom, it just skyrockets again and goes back to like that hyper growth that we experienced a couple of years ago. I mean, even if we maintain this, 1,000 new members a day rate at which we're growing way faster than any other company in the history, in the current industry right now, that's still total domination. But I believe, we could get back to that 5,000, 8,000, 10,000 new member a day level. And I do believe we're right there, right around the corner. So we've been working very hard on that. And that has, unfortunately, I hate that word, that has pushed back. It's, you got to make decisions. You got to figure out what the priorities are. You got to figure out where you want to put the time into and what goes first, what goes second, and all that stuff. You want everything to happen at the same time, but you got to, as a leader, as a owner and a decision maker, it's really on me to make those decisions. And so fundraising has been pushed back so we can get all this stuff on the website cleaned up. It is right there, ready. And as soon as this website is up, then the fundraising is right behind it. And once that goes live, that's just another wave of people and members and opportunity, and just another way that we're going to attract a whole lot of people that aren't going to find out about it from other ways. So, but yeah, I mean, we're hitting this thing from every different angle, guys, and we're going to continue to do that. I promise you, everybody in the world, at least everyone in the US in the next couple of years, and then everyone in the world in a couple of years after that, will know about Livegood. Will know highest quality, lowest price. And once they see it, they can't unsee it. And that's what takes us to that 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, 50 million members over the next few years. And, just like we knew it was going to work at the beginning, I know that's coming. So, yeah, that's all we got. You guys are awesome. I love seeing these numbers, and it's because you guys get it, because you see it, because you believe and you care about helping people and about doing it right. And that's, this is a cool freaking business. It's a cool just family, and I love it. I love the positivity. Like, we rarely get a complaint about anything. Sometimes shipping took too long to another country, and I get that stuff out of our control. But other than stuff out of our control, like all the feedback, everything has been so positive, so just amazing, and energy and loving and joyful and just awesome. And that doesn't happen in network marketing. There's a lot of drama in most network marketing companies, and I don't know. Maybe we just have the right team and the right, when I say this is a special opportunity, guys, just on so many different levels, we're doing stuff that have never been happened before, never been seen before in multiple industries, and we'll continue to push. And I just thank you guys so much for being part of it and for being so awesome and positive and happy and just sharing this with the world, because it truly is changing people's lives. And that's what it's all about. So keep up the awesome work. Have an awesome weekend. You guys are just so amazing. Join Dr. Ryan and Lisa on Monday. Keep those product orders flowing, guys. These products are so amazing. If you haven't tried Super Reds yet, absolutely need to get it. Oh my gosh. Our coffee, dude, I've been drinking our coffee more and more lately. It's amazing. Our skincare products are awesome. I drink our hydration amplifier at least once or twice a day. Our protein, I take this after I work out every day, sometimes again in the afternoon. But man, these products are awesome. And it's hard to choose which ones to take, but guys, get a few of them in your body. Get your magnesium for sure. Vitamin D, it is flu season. I mean, colds are going around. Every kid I know has been sick in the last couple weeks. Take your vitamin D, protect that immune system, protect your brain, your heart, your bones. So many benefits. Our multivitamin, none of us are getting everything we need out of our daily diets. Got to bridge those gaps. You guys know what you need. get your products, keep rocking, keep sharing, keep loving. And yeah, and we'll keep crushing it, doing what we do on this side, and keep winning for everybody. So the next few years are going to be awesome, guys. Can't wait for you all to be part of it and just to continue to dominate this industry and change lives all over the world. That's all we got. Have an awesome day. Have a great weekend. See you guys.
See you guys.